Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. In the last episode we visited the Gwyrm mansion and we discovered the Gwyrm family secrets. Now we are back at the Defender's Heart and we need to put some books into this chest. I should probably just sell all of these books, to be honest. I don't think I have any use for them later on. And apparently I have forgotten to sell the junk, so I should also do that. Of course,
I know what to do.
The camera here is still bugged for some reason. But let's sell the junk to the barkeeper. You can have these, and you can have this stuff here. That's 1,322 gold. And then it's off to bed for a quick little nap before we go back out into this city.
You lived on the streets and you never once stole nothing? Like nothing? Nothing? Not even an apple? Get out of here!
But it's the truth. Why would I steal when kind people are so willing to share what they have?
Some things are just incomprehensible to Woljith. I did forget to check the spell books. We haven't leveled up since the last time, so largely the spellbooks should be irrelevant. Indeed. Okay, so we're going to head out back into the streets and have a look around the city. We might want to pop into the market square and do a little thing there. Okay, so we want Lan. We want I think we'll go with should we go with Nenio or should we go with our brown fur? Let me check their equipment. He can also scribe scrolls, so that's something to keep in mind here. Although the annoying part about scribing those scrolls is that oh, he can use a short bow. Nenio cannot. The annoying part with those respecs is that if you respec a character, you cannot retain your spellbook. So anything you have added to your spellbook after you respec is gone, and you'll have to gather up the relevant stuff again. Yeah, the bardish is for I think it is for our what was it for? It is for the brown fur. Where art thou? Let's switch out that scimitar with a bardish. Okay, so we'll take the brown fur then. He's supposed to be a melee character, but that's not in the here and now. And of course we'll take Darren. Imprisonment begins in one's own mind. Baphomet. For all my issues with these demon lords, That does... There is a point there. So the defenders out, we need to talk to Thorn. I had forgotten to do that, but we'll do that when we get back. Let's head down to the market square. I don't remember entirely where the character we're looking for in the market square is, but we have a quick look so that we don't have to go run around looking for him. He should be... Should be at the entrance, actually.
Follow my lead.
So probably here. The eyes of a young lad peer out at you from under the massive helmet. At this proximity, it is obvious that his armor is ill-fitting and mismatched, and the helmet specifically is either very poorly made or a theater prop. Pardon me, I saw you with that shawl. Does this mean that you're a friend of Aranka's? What am I saying? Of course it does. So... The young man's speech is interrupted by the arrival of a new cast of characters. People in the robes of Iomede's Inquisitors appear from all sides surrounding him. Adepthal of the Temple of Desna, you are under arrest on suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to come quietly. Drag your feet and we'll count that as an attempt to resist justice. The youth's eyes go wide and he says nothing, clearly not knowing what to do. We actually have to go with a good one. You are torturing this poor boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. We are following orders and acting for the good of the city. The troublemaker must be arrested.
Make every strike count.
Okay, hold on while I set up... No, I clicked space. Silly me. Can you charge? I need to set up Darren's hotbar here.
Aim carefully. A calculated risk.
Can you charge? Can.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Indeed. Now I will set up his hotbar. There we go. There's not really much I want him to do currently except shoot.
Out of my sight!
Poorly at that.
No glory without risk!
Forwards! This should do it.
Time to share your treasures!
Seriously? Have a nice trip down there. Ow.
You won't survive me.
Little bit of healing never hurt anyone.
The light take you!
A solid plan.
What armor class does these guys have? 21. Okay, that explains it.
Let's try this way.
Cover me, all right?
That's better.
Endure this!
Into the fray!
Attack!
This will hurt.
Stab your Azata. Why not both?
Very good. We'll take their cold iron masterwork short swords. The heavy shields are not really that valuable. You can take the light crossbows though. And of course their breastplates. The young man glances at the bodies of the inquisitors, then turns around. Oh, Desna, why, in doing what is right, must we so often be forced to spill blood where it is not necessary? Can this really be the price of the true path under freedom? Anyway, thank you. I'd have been done for without you. A clash with the Inquisition was bound to happen sooner or later. Maybe, but if it wasn't for our stunt with the wardstone, which we didn't even save. Anyway, I only have myself to blame. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go to the Temple of Desna. I want to be alone with the goddess and reflect on all that has happened. Wish you the best luck in being alone here. We're going to go there too. And for those of you who want... okay. Ready for battle? With what? Anyways, for those of you who want to become an Azata, this is how you do it. You have to talk to... where did that thing come from? You don't have to kill Holrun, but you have to talk to the High Priest. Like I did, and then you have to find the guy who pops up after you've talked to the High Priest at the temple.
I will
And
see to your demise.
when you've dealt with
Carefully.
Distract them from me.
the conversation between Holrun and the High Priest, you absolutely must not leave the market square, because if you do, that's it. Lan is not supposed to be there, so we can now make this a more regular line. Darren definitely wants to be in the middle. That's a better formation for this. Although they're a bit far apart, I feel. That's better. And after you've done that, you need to go to the Darren's Arrende estate, and you must not have been there before talking to the High Priest. Although you wouldn't be able to, because if you went there before that, then he would be gone. He was the guy who's standing there, and the other guy popped up here. Then you need to talk to Arenka, and then you have to go back here, and now you have to go to the Temple of Desna. Here they are. Aranka, Thal, and Ilks. Ilks, Aranka, and Thal sit side by side like sparrows on a tree branch. They seem happy, despite the chaos going on around them. If it is now rescuer, it is good that you've come. Sit with us. Stopping for a minute won't hurt, so I'll gladly sit with you. The adepts share a conspiratorial look. We decided to give you a gift, a special gift, one that we would never share with anyone except for the person who risked his life for ours. who didn't just take a stand against evil, but against injustice under the guise of the law. Our gift, Aranka cuts in, is a song. We call it Starward Gaze, and it came to us from the true servants of Desna, from her domain in Elysium. This song can gift a soul with renewed vitality. Just listen. She sings the melody, and this is quite pretty. Do I get a gift? Can I swap my song for something else? Say cash or even a snack of some kind? We have to sing the song after her, otherwise you'll fail. So that is Desna's song. When the music stops, Caledon finds himself in a place that looks nothing like the ruins of Kenabres. It all happens in the space of a blink. He closes his eyes on one world and reopens them on another one entirely. A delicate twilight envelops this new world with streaks of moonlight breaking through the gloom. Caledon is standing in a shallow stream of murmuring water deep in a forest. There is no one else around. Garlands of unfamiliar climbing plants twine around the trunks of gigantic trees, and dangling from their branches are vines woven into what look remarkably like swings. A carpet of fragrant grasses spreads out at the trees' roots, with islands of phosphorescent moss and lichens dotted here and there. Small, smooth stones with a strange mirrored surface are scattered across the stream bed in which Caledon is standing. The stones catch the light shining down from the heavens, making them gleam silver and making the ordinary little brook look like a stream of darkness, carrying a sprinkling of stars through the night. Caledon is sure that he has never been to this place before, and yet it all feels so familiar. It is the manifestation not of dreams or fantasies, but of that special way of looking at the world that only children possess. When a glint of light reflected off a piece of glass becomes a fallen star, when an oddly shaped stone can be a remarkable artifact, and when every shadow or twist in a path promises mystery or an incredible adventure, a single glance into the forest stream brings this feeling rushing back. Realizing this, Caledon unhurriedly makes his way along the stream bed, taking in his surroundings. The whimsically twisting stream runs through the silent forest, and Caledon unhurriedly strolls along it. This place evokes a strange feeling of... not calm, no. In fact, quite the opposite. A feeling of restlessness and anticipation of incredible discoveries or unexpected encounters. Or, then again, perhaps it is not the place at all, but the eternal hunger, the craving for new experiences which dwells within many mortal hearts? Speculation aside, just as Caledon rounds the next bend, an unexpected encounter does indeed take place. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on the mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch or flitting through the air. Creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they were deliberately conceived to try the sanity of every taxonomist on the planet. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back, another has the tails of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts tresses of streaming water hooves instead of feet, and springy clover growing all over its skin. "We have a visitor!" exclaims one of the strange creatures, and it immediately runs along the stream, sending up moonlight-silvered splashes with every steps. Where am I? Don't you know where you are? Asks the creature in amazement. There are plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only Elysium is woven from the craving for beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful, most wonderful corner of the plain of boundless freedom. Who are you? We are Azatas, the children of freedom, says one of the creatures, carelessly swinging from the branches of a tree. This forest is our home, for today. Tomorrow our home could be a lake 100 leagues to the south, or an underground cave in the azure ocean, or a castle of clouds that scatters in the dawn breeze. How did I get here? We don't know how you came to be here, says the creature with a dozen tails, smiling. Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime, but here you are, which means that something must have brought you. Something in your soul. If your soul did not harbour even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning and compassion, you never would have found your way here. Now that you know the answers, tell us, what do you want? I have to go back. They need me there. The creature with the butterfly wings, who has hitherto remained silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. I smell the burning blood and tears of the place you have come from. It clings to you. It is right that you don't wish to turn your back on the suffering of those you left behind. None of us children of Elysium would do such a thing. Go back. Be a bulwark against evil and strife. Your path is true. But would you like to take something from this place as a memento? The question hangs in the air, and though the words that Caledon utters next are merely words, not a spell or a military command, they seem to have equal bearing on destiny and life. I'm going to do that. There are reasons for that. Yes, I really want to. The Azatas draw closer. Take this memory with you. Take this light. Take the knowledge that any pebble struck by a moonbeam can be equal to any star. Take the understanding that you cannot fight evil with clever plans until you have conquered evil within your soul, and your soul cannot be cleansed of evil if it is not free. Take our song. Remember it, and it may help you, but only when you are true to that which brought you beneath this sky. All three adepts look at you wide-eyed. What just happened? For a second you were surrounded by light and we heard music, like the music of Elysium itself. I had a vision. I was in Elysium, and the Azatas spoke to me. The adepts exchanged looks of astonishment. I swear, it's a sign that Desna herself has turned her gaze upon you. You helped us and protected Wallflower from the Inquisitors, even though it wasn't your responsibility. The goddess couldn't fail to acknowledge such a noble soul. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here. There are many powerful entities in Elysium besides Desna. But, of course, there must be a reason for it. I am so glad we met you, friend, and not just because I'd be being tortured by the Inquisitors right now if we hadn't, but also because you helped me overcome my doubts. We will always remember you, no matter what. The book, Fanfare of the Faithful. That one I probably think teaches her something. No, it didn't. So we'll leave this area. I need that song for later. That is why I picked it. And he doesn't lock me, so... I think we'll go to... Now we have to go to these places as well. Let's go to the Silken Thread Atelier first. It's another one of those component sites.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Pretty sure there are demons here.
Something wrong? Pretty good, aren't I?
I'll go ahead.
There's a neophyte barbarian there. There's one of those again.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
I am the answer, but what is the question?
This is my kind of work.
There's a neophyte fighter.
Yet another obstacle.
Some kind of archer as well. It's a wizard. It's a dead wizard.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Precision and grace.
Nice, easy, and simple. That's worth something. That is not worth anything. So this is one of those places where the cultists were hiding out, down here. We'll finish exploring the
I know the way.
square, which we seem to have done, and then we'll pop down here. Two neophyte barbarians. I'm gonna turn off that.
Together we stand.
Press pause. You can
I don't steal.
charge.
I encourage people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with me. I'm here. Where else would I be?
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Oh, there we go. That wasn't too far. Too difficult. Kervil, the Sparkling Fist.
Time to share your treasures.
No glory without risk.
That was very simple. On the nature of the divine, and then we have an unbending armor, which might be good for our friend Woljif, and a lesser kinetic diadem, which is absolutely useless to us. Some loot here. That mail. Let's see here. You can wear that. Weighs the same as the one you're already wearing, and you get damage resistance 3 versus piercing, which is good. Someone got damaged, so we'll do that.
Follow my lead.
No, we don't need any of this, so let's leave. Go there. Get that, and then go to the Tower of Estrod. "30 minutes. I think we should be able to finish this within 15 minutes. Kenarber's burns, the city that never should have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Clouds may veil the stars, but nothing can hide the light in someone's soul, and I see this light in you. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with you against evil. I hear the echo of a familiar voice. I feel the warmth of my kindred flame. My brother, we will help you. Vision of the Herald. So all of these things here are various paintings. A world long gone. Seat of grief. Among the cloudy colossi. Here we will stand and will not take a step back. You can read those down there if you just pause the recording. Crusader Queen. Farewell to Sarkoris. Yaniel by a fountain. And none will escape my all-seeing eye. And we all got angelic aspect, which is rather nice. We have to, from the inside.
No mistakes.
We have to get her at night. Paxson. The red-skinned, long-haired tiefling raises his pain-filled eyes to you. A huge magical brand stands out from his chest, freshly burned into his skin. The flesh around the brand is inflamed and has an unhealthy-looking hue. Hey, stop! Who are you? Crusaders! Well, well, well. I was looking to add a couple more Crusader heads to my collection and all. Why just assume we're Crusaders, though? Where'd you get that idea, huh? I mean, do we look like Crusaders? Oh, right. The tiefling notices the sacred symbol of Iomade gleaming on the paladin's chest and sighs. I suppose that explains it. I can kill you right now, or I can give you a few more minutes of your life. Or actually, intimidate. Disgusting filth. Get out of here before I kill you all. Failed. The enemies erupt in swearing and threats at your words. If even half of what they promises come true, you will die the most unfortunate and painful death possible on Golarion. I can kill you right now, or I can give you a few more minutes of life if you answer my questions. You won't be getting out of here alive either way, so why not? Let's have a chat. Who are you? You don't look like a museum worker. I am Faxon, servant of Baphomet, the ranking member of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth in this city, and new master of this tower. And you'd better watch your mouth, or else my curses will rip your soul to flaming shreds. Faxon? The tiefling? Why, I remember you. You're that little clerk from the town hall, the one who kept badgering me for a bribe to get rid of some bill or other. Well, you turning out to be the leader of the cultist group is definite proof of something we all know to be true. All bureaucrats are the spawn of the abyss. You arrogant celestial spawn. Do you see now? We are everywhere. You look down your nose at Faxon the clerk. Now you will bow before Faxon the overlord. I'll repeat what I said to you in the town hall that day. I don't deal with parasites. What are you doing in the museum? For the last 3 months, this tower has served as a cover for me and my servants. I set up my base in the cellar of the local museum and smuggled an entire regiment of my Templars into the city. It is the ideal place for a secret hideout. The museum was left in the charge of a doddering old man who can hardly remember his own name. When our lord struck Canabras, we plunged a blade into the crusaders' back, and a glorious fight it was. Now Lord Xanthier has ordered us to strip Canabras of everything that might be of interest to him and remove it from the city. He is a great master of the occult and magical arts, and this museum is chock full of all kinds of relics that could prove very interesting to study. You look awful. What's wrong with your tattoo? Lady Minago was displeased with me. She branded me with this rune to make me suffer. Minago wanted me to subjugate the demons of our ally, Descari, to wrest control away from that idiot Kilas, but I failed. But it seems my luck is turning. You don't look like rank-and-file crusaders. When I bring Minago your heads, all will be forgiven, and she'll remove this brand. Should have run when you first saw me. Paxton's eyes narrow in fury, and he releases a feral shriek that sets his gang slavering for your blood. The demons and Templars give answering howls to their leader and surge forward to attack. Let's see here. That one. And he has 2. Can you cast it from up here? No. You're stuck down there. What are you doing down there? Templar Archer. Now we have judgments. That one.
You won't survive me.
Darren, there's not really much you can do. Well, you can do less. I think we'll have to do grease with this guy then. You don't really have that much mobility, so... I have a second grease, I think. Just about there.
Endure this!
I'll make short work of this. This should do it.
Do I have a... No, I do not.
A solid plan.
Can I equip... Say, put this on her there? Probably used up her turn.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
No, I didn't.
Make every strike count.
Out of my sight. Let's try this way.
Cover me, all right?
Attack!
You do the same with her. Give her... no. Already on a bow.
Into the fray!
Very good.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I will see to your demise.
This will hurt.
You, however.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Aim carefully.
The light, take you!
The sounds these
You won't
things
survive
make.
me.
Precision and grace.
A calculated risk.
Distract them from me.
Just continue to shoot Faxon from up here, because, I mean, why should we go down and
The inheritor, guide my
play with him when we
blade.
can shoot him and kill him
I'll
from up
make
here?
short work of this.
He does damage.
This should do it.
Time to share your treasures. Cover me, all right?
A solid plan.
Into the fray! No glory without risk!
Make every strike count.
Let's try this way.
Are there any... There must be more here since we're still in combat. Yeah, there's another one down there.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Attack.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
There we go. Okay,
Time's not
you
waiting.
dismiss that, and
Everyone
you
counts
dismiss that.
Rely
You
on
change
me.
back to your main weapon, and
Oh,
you
me?
change back to your daggers. Take these, still masterwork. Chain shirts, take those.
As it should be.
Faxon has a heavy mace of fire. It's worth a little bit of money.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Here's a buckler +1. These mobility and athletics checks are for setting off traps.
Can't hide from me.
Don't mind me.
You know, can you
You sure
disarm
safe?
that from there?
This is my kind of work.
Very good. I don't think there's any loot up here. It's basically just for doing this, for instance. Which would have damaged them
That is
if
not
I
far.
had been down there. Okay, we're running a little bit of on overtime, but there's not that much that we need to do down here, so let's go down into the basement.
I'll go ahead.
A pale and frightened half-elf looks at you warily. His face is twisted into a grimace like he just ate something slimy. Hey, who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of the relics. Did something happen? Who are you? I am Telmer, the scribe and senior aide to Lord Santhier, the Plagued One. And do forgive me, but Faxon has been assigned to this command, has he not? Where is he? What are you doing here? I'm compiling a list of the valuable Crusader artifacts. Lord Xanthier has ordered that everything of use should be transported from Canabras and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose the museum as the place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, the local thieves have proved even quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault. But there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those, but where is Faxon? Ta! Finest thieves in Mendev. Turn your back and everything that isn't nailed to the floor will be gone when you turn around again. The demons have no chance against them. Masters of a trade, we are. There you go bragging again, dummy. Thieving has never led to anything but harm, trust me. You fought the way you thieve, now that might be useful. No thanks, every person has their calling and this is mine. But imagine if you fought as well as we thieve. Good rebuke there. Where is the museum custodian? Over in the gallery. I deceived him. I told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult. The old geezer is out of his mind. So, tell me, where is Faxon? Get your hands off the crusader relics. The half-elf leaps back nimbly, pulling a sheaf of papers from his bag as he goes, "No! I have valuable letters from Lord Xanthier here. I must destroy them." The cultist balls the pages up in his fist and shoves them into his mouth, then begins furiously chewing, like a hamster. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge and he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated paper. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming, his face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of wet paper. His expressions veer from the hilarious to the grotesque as he signals to you for help. Want some salt or pepper with that? Now, I've never tried eating paper myself, but a little seasoning goes a long way, whatever the meal. Confiture. The perfect accompaniment for paper is apricot confiture. How do I know this? An excellent question. As a child, I once ate a piece of my exercise book in front of my horrid music teacher, despite her. That might destroy the paper, so let's just kill it. A merciful blow ends the hapless half-elf's life. This is undoubtedly a far kinder death than suffocation. Largely destroyed letter. Scholar removes sickness, masterwork scythe, and breastplate. We have medium encumbrance due to all those breastplates that we are carrying around. Oh, it's one of those places
Focus
again.
on the goal. Ready for anything. I know what to do.
This is going to be
My tail is
mildly
restless.
annoying. 75% chance of picking the lock. 80%. Well, the experience points we get for that is rather meager
I know the way.
compared to if
I
we
am prepared.
just go in here and talk to Teldon. The old man looking around absent-mindedly shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft and assured as they level a magic wand at you. Stay back! Which are you, robber or demon? Hey, take it easy, Gramps. That's the way, is it, eh? You see horns and you think thief or demon? Quit scaring them, the old man, dummy. Have you seen your horns? They... how should I put this? Don't exactly inspire trust in a city that is currently overrun with demons. Hey, there are horns, and then there are horns. I'm not going to hurt you. The old man goggles at you in terror, but he doesn't lower his wand. A rustling comes from somewhere behind him. Rats. The old man wheels around fearfully and peers in the direction the sound came from. The hand holding the wand gradually falls to his side. When he turns back to you, there is no fear in his expression, only vague confusion. You. I'm sorry, I was distracted. What were we talking about? Who are you? The old man lowers his wand in confusion. I think... I forget. Aha! I am Teldon, the custodian here. My memory isn't what it once was. My faculties are failing me. But at one time my mind could cut like a diamond. I was a battle mage, one of the few who survived the Battle of the Lost Chapel. But I'm an old man now. Sometimes I set down my keys one moment and the next I can't remember where I put them. Here they are, my keys, my little lovelies. I would never give you away to anyone. The Lost Chapel. Ah, this old fellow was there. That his mind was damaged isn't surprising. What is surprising is that the old codger can still speak at all. In the entire history of the Crusades, which aren't exactly uplifting, this is one of its bloodiest chapters. Some time ago, I wanted to know what became of the abandoned fortifications and estates the Crusaders left behind. I read through the accounts of the Lost Chapel veterans. Now that was a real bloodbath. Give me the keys. Out of the question. According to museum protocol, the custodian does not have the right to hand over the keys to another. I am personally responsible for the safety of the exhibits and the storeroom. Don't you understand? This museum holds things that could help in the fight against the demons. You're right. I'm just an old duffer. Take whatever will help you and go and defend our city. Go to the Defender's Heart. There are good people there. They will look after you. Really? It's safe there? But how can I leave the museum? You know what happened here, don't you? Thieves they were, prowling about, wanted to rob the museum, but I stopped them. Those ne'er-do-wells came in here and I gave them what for a dose of battle magic. Won't be back. Don't you worry about me. I may be old, but I can still hold my own. I don't particularly feel like having that conversation, so...
A bright future awaits us.
Ask
Are
nicely.
we in trouble yet? Always be ready for the worst.
Okay, let's head on out here.
My
This
tail
room
is
should be
twitching.
full of
Must be a
traps.
sign. I'm here. Where else would I be? Pretty good, aren't I? This is my kind of work.
A little bit of experience points.
This is my kind of
That's
work.
always nice. Here we have a Grace of Peace cookery. No-name falcata. More books. I need to read all those. Yaniel. Pick the lock on that one, please.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Entrapping longbow. That's useful. More random loot. Another book. Lady Calandra's chain shirt. Now that is a useful one. I used that for a very long time in my other playthrough. So, who can benefit from that, I wonder? I might be able to get Sealer's movement up to 30 with this. 21 versus 22. Getting him up to 22 is definitely beneficial, though. This one is 25, puts him at 20. Where does he get armor from? Ah, just his base dexterity, I guess. You can have that. And you really need something very, very light. That looks absolutely stupid. That doesn't look so bad. Weighs 20. 25. How does that increase his speed? That does not make much sense to me. But I'm not going to argue with it. Then finally there is a room here, which I believe is the Custodian's bedroom. Which also has a book. And it also has a chest. With another book. Books that we have mostly read.
As it should be.
Nothing there, so who shall leave? Let's have a quick look at the books, and then we'll wrap up the episode, I think. So they are here. Info. 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 And finally, info on this one. There you go. Now you can read that at your own leisure if you want to. But with that, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section. And I hope you enjoyed the episodes and that you will be here for the next one.